Servant, always a manservant. I don't mind. Thing is, we've both been given leave to return to Orzammar.
Both of us?
Apparently. I went down with you. Seems I rise back up with you, too. Seems Harrowmont is mighty grateful. He's declared you the heir to House Iduken. Full rights restored for us both. Not only that, but the Assembly is considering naming you a Paragon. A Paragon. In our time.
I mean, I honestly, I don't see how the main character could be any more deserving of Paragon. We just did a lot. So I'm an Iduken again.
As am I. And if you become a Paragon, that will make you the only one alive by my count. Not a bad change from an exiled murderer, no?
Wait, he said as am I. How is he an
I think you
Iduken?
might head back home to put House Iduken in order, if nothing else.
We'll see. I have things to do first.
Well, I hope you manage it. I'll be happy to take up my old position if you'll have me. At any rate, I'll let the humans get back to their dwarf worship. Still makes me smile to hear them talk.
It is over. I can barely believe it. You stopped the Civil War and then defeated the Blight. On behalf...
You're welcome.
It's good that you're staying here in the capital. The hero of Ferelden will have influence, and there is much to be done. Myself, I will be remaining here to help Alistair. Tegan will take over the rule of Redcliffe, at least for the time being. Connor seems well enough, and Isolde refuses to speak of what happened. She says she never wants to go back. I cannot thank you enough for saving them. They are the joy of my existence. Tell me, have you noticed anything strange about the lad? He seems quiet.
What, Connor? I haven't gotten to see Connor since we got a demon out of him. The entire time I've known Connor, he's been strange. I'm just gonna say, consider what he's been through.
You are no doubt correct. It is my imagination, I am sure. But here I am rambling on. I shall let you get back to your celebration, Warden. Enjoy it while you can.
So here we are. The conquering hero has won the day, and now he takes his bow and exits the stage. A fine
That looks like the
ending.
outfit Josephine wears in Inquisition. Does the hero get his girl?
I don't know. I haven't read that part yet, have I? You'll have to tell me.
I feel like my flirting is being judged by this lady. Right now, she's just like, 5 out of 10. 4. Like, she's just judging me. The hero always gets the girl.
Oh, is that how it is? You know, I can't help now but think of my vision. The Maker sent me to help you, and look what you did. It's a miracle. It truly is. I've been asked by the Chantry to return to the Urn of Sacred Ashes. I need to make sure it's protected. Maybe pilgrims can even begin going there again.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Of course I do. I can't think of anything more important. I can give something back to the entire world. It will be a grand adventure of my very own. I'm looking forward to it. At any rate, you should get back to the celebration. We can speak another time.
What is this? Item set bonus. Matching equipment is providing an item set bonus.
I will be relieved when all this pomp and ceremony is done. Such events are perfect opportunities for assassins, after all. I can't help but expect the crows to appear at any moment, which would be a welcome break, mind you.
You think the crows will still come after you?
Eventually. With Taliesin dead, it may take them time to figure out what has happened, but they are like the tides, predictable. You know, it does occur to me that staying in one place is only going to invite the crows to find me that much quicker. While fun, that might eventually get complicated. You said earlier that you are planning on remaining here. Is that true?
Anything could happen, I suppose.
And would you be in favor of my remaining with you? I've grown fond of you, you see. Sad, but true.
Sad but true. You're welcome to stay.
Then let the crows bring it on. I can mock them while you crush their skulls. And besides, I happen to like you. Crazy, isn't it? Well then, since I am sticking around, I suppose we'll have plenty of time to speak later, yes? So go on and get paraded about. It's fun to watch. Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on you and make sure no one gets a clear shot. Not without paying me a great deal of coin, anyhow.
I like how he doesn't say he'll like fight for me. He's like, I'll jeer at them from behind you.
The hero of Ferelden. My. How does it feel?
It's a little strange.
Of that I have no doubt. It's a title you'll be wearing for a long time to come, just as Loghain wore his. But it's not so bad, is it? A blight defeated with the other nations barely becoming aware. Who could ask for better?
I wonder how long the love will last.
Until you do something wrong. And then they will enjoy tearing you down just as rapidly. I'm glad not to be on the receiving end of all this attention myself. I say, let the young have their fame. Not that I've gone without notice. Irving asked me to take over as first enchanter.
Aren't you gonna die any day
I
now?
don't wish to go
Because of the
back.
spirit thing?
Not after all this. Instead, I've decided to travel. Shale has expressed a desire to go to Devinter to look into a way to regain her mortality. And I will join her.
Someone in chat said a few minutes ago that there's a book that has Shale and Wynn's activities in it. What about your problem?
It's true, I don't know how much time I have. Maybe not very long at all. So, I shall see as much of the world as the Maker allows. Perhaps this is a gift in the end. A nudge in the right direction? I doubt we will meet again, young man. If not, please accept my best wishes.
Ogren.
Humans have a better taste for spirits than I thought. The ale up here is actually good. Orzammar ale tastes like dirt in comparison. Probably because they put dirt in it. Go figure.
Think you might go back to Orzammar?
I don't know. Maybe eventually. Well, that pot-bellied son of a whore Tegan said I'd pass out before drinking an entire barrel of pickle juice. I aim to prove him wrong.
That's nice.
It's been good traveling with you, Warden. Don't get lost in the shuffle now.
Cloves!
They call you Hero. I have not heard it used before, but I think I understand the intent. The Arishok on occasion has declared a Kunari to be Kunoran Vel, one who serves as an example to others. Such examples are always made after their death, however, a death in service to the Kyun. A living Kunoran Vel would be too proud.
Do the Kunari celebrate and put on parades?
When a Kunoran Vel is declared, certainly. It is one of few occasions when the Kunari are permitted to engage in revelry. There is imbibing of spirits,
Revelry.
public chanting, meditations abandoned. It is madness.
That would be quite a sight.
It is interesting. It can take days for the Ben Hasrath to restore order. There may even be executions. I suppose I should
Yo, that's
tell
a
you.
party.
I have decided to return to my people. Your quest is done, and thus so is my reason for accompanying you.
There may even be executions. That will be a long trip home.
Yes, but it will be welcome to be amongst familiar things again. It must be said, you gave me the chance to redeem my honor, and now it is done. I owe you a debt.
You helped me as well. It's been good.
It has. That one of the Baz, a foreigner, would become known as Kadan to me. Unthinkable. Yet here it is. Perhaps we shall meet again. Should it be in battle, I will not seek you out. Parahiton Warden.
Should we meet in battle, I won't try to kill you before all your friends. So Nam is here, as well as some other dog. We talked to everyone, chat.
Are you ready, my lord? The crowds outside are getting restless.
Restless? What am I supposed to do?
Just put in an appearance, so I understand it. The people just want to see their hero in person. I'm supposed to take you to your escort, full brigade, their armor all shined up and everything. They're really honored to be guarding you, and let me tell you.
Alright, let's go.
Right.
Show me the credits.
I'll take you there now. Follow me.
In the months that followed his coronation, Alistair proved to be a popular king, if largely unwilling to involve himself in matters of governing. He traveled often, making appearances in towns throughout Ferelden to the great delight of the commoners. They referred to him as a king with the common touch, even if a few knew it was a simple aversion to life at court. News that the Urn of Sacred Ashes had been found in Ferelden did not spread outside the Chantry until Brother Genitivi made an announcement several months after the defeat of the Darkspawn. The manuscript detailing his research and his experience with Andraste's cult drew huge interest among scholars throughout Thedas. Some years later, the Chantry announced that the resting place of Andraste's ashes had indeed been found. A ripple of excitement spread among the pious people of Thedas, with many undertaking pilgrimages to see the ashes or partake of their healing powers. Following months of effort, the Tower of the Circle of Magi was finally cleansed of the last spirits to slip through the veil. No further abominations were created, and the first enchanter Irving was pleased to declare the circle safe. All that could be saved had been. With the slavers shut down in the alienage, the lot of the city-born elves improved for a time. The new king even named the local elder to his personal court, a scandal amongst the humans, but a sign of new hope for the elves. Highlands Lady, I'm busy. Shiani continued to be an outspoken member of the alienage community and in time became the new elder. That outspokenness earned her frequent trouble, but served her people well. Arl Eamon remained in Denerim for a time, acting as the Chancellor and Chief Advisor to King Alistair. Tegan ruled over Redcliffe in his stead and was surprised to find himself well loved by the villagers, who were still grateful for the nights he spent defending their lives. In time, Eamon abdicated in favor of his brother, an event the locals greeted with approval and enthusiasm. That's interesting, because I feel like the people liked Eamon and Tegan. They liked them both. So, okay, I guess they were just fine with it. The Dalish elves prospered after the siege at Denerim, having earned much respect for their part in the battle. For once, human lands welcomed the wandering folk. The new keeper, Lanaya, was respected both amongst the Dalish as well as the Ferelden court. She was a voice of reason, and other Dalish clans would turn to her to help resolve disputes with human folk. In time, many of the Dalish clans moved to the new land provided for them in the south near Ostagar. Wary of their human neighbors, however, tension soon rose again, and only Keeper Lanaya's leadership kept peace alive. In Orzammar, King Harrowmont found himself in a protracted battle against Balin's rebellion that left him unable to gain the stability he needed. The clan lords... Didn't we kill Balin? Or did he live? I thought we fought him in the hall. The clan lords objected to many of his measures in the assembly, and only his efforts to increase the dwarves' isolation from the surface met with any success. Oh no! In time, Harrowmont's health began to fail. Some claimed it was poison, while others said it was flagging spirit. Either way, after a protracted illness, the king finally passed away. The wrangling in the assembly for a successor began almost immediately. Making all of you yawn from hundreds of miles away. The assembly unanimously declared Mukluk a living paragon. Following months of deliberation, a new statue was erected in the Commons and a new house founded in the paragon's name, quickly drawing a great number of followers from every caste. The dwarven mage Dagna ultimately completed her studies at the rebuilt Circle Tower on the surface. Eventually, she published a comprehensive theory of how lyrium vapors relate to the supply of magic, and it gained a great deal of attention. This inspired mages from other parts of Thedas to establish a new circle of magi in Orzammar itself, one that had ready access to dwarven lyrium and lies outside the Chantry's power completely. The willingness of Orzammar to harbor apostates sparked outrage that began whispers that the Divine was contemplating a new exalted march. I don't know what that last part means. Although the Anvil of the Void was destroyed, rumors about its location crept into Orzammar. Years later, thanks to the defeat of the Darkspawn on the surface, a few determined smiths managed to locate the Anvil's remains. They examined the ruins of the anvil, and upon returning to Orzammar with their findings, convinced the Shaperate to attempt to recreate Caridin's research. A new golem was created, bound with the spirit taken from the Fade. The golem immediately went insane, killing several shapers before it was destroyed. The research was branded excessively dangerous and sealed away. Whispers of its existence circulated throughout Orzammar, however, and demanded among the Smith caste to reopen Caridan's research refused to abate. As good as her word, Morgan disappeared once the archdemon was slain. Someone of Morgan's description was seen traveling alone months later, heading west through the Frostback Mountains, and she may even have been with child. There was no word of her after that. With Flemeth dead, or at least gone, the chances of tracking her down were slim indeed. One cannot help but wonder, however, what became of the child? What were Morgan's plans? These questions must remain a mystery for now. The companions who had traveled with Mukluk eventually scattered to the four winds, drawn either by personal duty or by the call to further adventure. The hero remained in Denerim, a celebrity amongst the commoners and a fixture at court, at least for a time. As the Blighted Lands began to heal and the Grey Wardens slowly rebuilt the Order in Amaranthine, they discovered that the fight against the Darkspawn was not yet complete. Although the Horde was routed and they had dissolved upon the Archdemon's death, many of the more powerful Darkspawn survived to organize roving war bands that preyed both on the land and upon each other. These warbands spread havoc, and some even journeyed west into Orlais or crossed the Shining Sea by the deep roads. They proved incredibly difficult to wipe out. An Exalted March is basically the Thedas version of the Crusades. But these are tales yet to be told. This tale ended when Mukluk sank his blade into the Archdemon's head and destroyed it forever. It was not the last that Ferelden would hear of him, however. The end. Oh boy, had to stay up an extra 70 minutes, but we did finish it. Oh man, I know we didn't do every single side quest, but that was our journey. That was great. Yeah, so again, I played this when it came out, which I think was 14 years ago. And at the time, it was either either human mage or an elven mage, because they both had the same start, which was in the tower. It was a playthrough with one of them. It was fun, and this was fun too. And it had been so long, I had forgotten a lot of it, so that was honestly great. Yeah, I don't remember Awakening. I don't know if I've ever played Awakening. I'm pretty sure I might have done Witch Hunt, but I can't remember the end of that. I know if you play your cards right, Morrigan, there's like interactions with her in Inquisition. I think you run into her in Inquisition no matter what, but I think there's different interactions with her based on what you do with her in these games. Mug, I witnessed the character creation, now there's nothing in between, amazing. Mug, it's 1 AM, yes it is. Awakening is a direct sequel DLC that's almost a whole second game in size. Oh god. I will tell you guys, on August 3rd, which if you're watching this on YouTube, that's a little less than a month away, Baldur's Gate 3 comes out. And I plan to be doing a lot of that. So I will try to have games be kind of wrapped up by August 3rd so that they're not just on the shelf for an entire month. So, why August 3rd? Not, well, whenever the release date is. The release date I thought was August 3rd. But whenever the release date is. So, I am interested. You know, hey, thank you guys for being interested. There was enough people that were interested in Origins. I think it's safe to say I'm going to play through the whole Dragon Age series. But, yeah, we will need some time, because I want to space it around some new releases as well. But, yes, this was absolutely wonderful. This was a blast. Review time. I don't think I'm going to do a review video because it was such an old game, but I will say, well, you know what? I might. I don't know. I'll decide later. But I will say, review, fantastic game. Storytelling was wonderful. The graphics held up even 14 years later. Hardly any bugs. In fact, the only one I can immediately think about was like Zevran doing those execution animations on ogres, but he wasn't lined up with the ogre at the very end there, some graphical stuff. The faces did a really good job of showing animations. Like people, like there was a lot of motion in the faces of all of the NPCs and the PCs, even with how old the game was. Do you guys remember when World of Warcraft first came out? Like the jaws didn't even open on the characters. Then they added that later, and then like emotions, but like everything from eyebrows to sneering to happy to laughing to sad, like you could see all those emotions on DAO. They did freaking fantastic. The voice acting was wonderful. The writing was good. The stories were good. The choices were good, leading to lots of replayability. And I gotta say, one of the things that jumps out at me about the game is the AI setup for your companions. That has to be one of the best, if not the best, in any game I have ever seen. For games where you control a party, the AI settings you could do for your teammates, the tactics screen, like if ally health less than 90% cast regen, but if ally health less than 50% cast full heal on them. If your health less than 25%, use a potion. You know, like if 2 or more enemies are near you, do AoE stun. If an ally is attacked by a melee attack, cast taunt on his attacker. Like, so good. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And I cannot say enough good things about that, but that was wonderful. I'm sure DA2 has slightly better AI tools than DA rooms, sadly. It's been too long since I played DA2 and Inquisition, so I can't make a comparison like that at this time, but all I could say is right now, fresh out of Origins, wonderful, wonderful, tool set there. But there's a website for DI that lets you change. Yes, the Dragon's Keep website. There's a website where you can basically set up your save file for DA2 and DA Inquisition based on your origins of the first game and the second game. And certain people will be like Logain. We killed Logain. You can spare him and make him take the joining, and then he's a Grey Warden in Inquisition. I only know that because I saw a clip on YouTube, because I didn't make that choice. I freaking killed him. I was like, what? When I saw that. I'll tell you all, because it's not really a spoiler. Leliana is like a main character in Inquisition no matter what you do. You can't romance her, though. I was very sad about that. She's like a spy master in there. Like, it's almost like, what's her name? Black Widow in the Avengers. Like, she's just like a hardened assassin killer at that point. Like, Leliana goes dark. She is the the light of the Chantry has left her eyes at that point. It also turns Alistair into a drunken DA2 if you find in a tavern. Yeah, so I think in my DA Inquisition, Alistair was married to the other lady, the Queen. So they were a royal couple. But so this time going into it, I don't know if he'll be married, but he won't be married to her, I think. You said do your perfect save file if you want to. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up there. Wonderful game. I really have nothing negative to say about it. Like, it's 99.9% bug free, voice acting good, writing good. The sound design, both the music and also combat was good. One really rare problem. Whenever I summoned a spider, it was deafeningly loud. There was a few things like that. They were just deafeningly loud. Some of the wolf howls and spider things, but that was like over the full compass of the game. That was only a few sound files were like that. The animation, story, sound, graphics, all of it was great. And yeah, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. All right, and that's where I'm going to end the last YouTube episode. Okay.